Now, there was some of them who looked like they were 15, 10 years old. I didn't even talk to them. A lot of these girls did not look their age. They didn't look their age.
What up, guys? Your boy, Big Guy Journey. And today, I'm not as upbeat as I usually do. You know, I usually come here and I'm upbeat, you know, cheerful. But based on what you just saw, you should know why today is different. I want to address a couple things. There are predators among us. It's not just today, there always has been. And I wasn't going to do a video in response to this because I don't really feel like my platform is geared towards this kind of content. But I feel like I have to. I feel like any man that doesn't stand for this is obligated to draw a line in the sand. Because there's a lot of people that don't think like I think. There's a lot of people that feel like this kind of behavior is okay. It is absolutely not. And again, as a man, we have an obligation to protect those around us, those not around us, by speaking, no matter how big our platform is. And so I'm not going to go into any of the other little small stuff. We're just going to get straight into this content because it's a message that I need you to hear. You're going to be hearing from three gentlemen. One is the lead attorney. He's the guy in the middle. He actually facilitated this conversation between Anton Daniels here on the right and Glendon Cameron on the left, which is, I'm not even going to say alleged, you know what I mean? But in my estimate, he's some of the things you're going to hear, it should speak for itself. I know we're supposed to say alleged and stuff like that, but this is my feelings. And just by judging with the eye. And so what happened is Anton Daniels responded to one of his videos because he put a very salacious video out, a very grotesque video describing some of his escapades that he's had, and he's been going after younger women. And in fact, he's pretty much teaching other men how to go after younger women. And so the things you're going to hear, if you're not prepared for this kind of talk, I suggest you to just cut it off right now. But it's something that you can understand and you can glean from this, especially if you are a single mother, even a single father. I think single fathers are going to be prepared for this, but I see a lot of women sometimes slacking when it comes to picking their mates and picking the people that they have around their children. So I think that this is very important for you to watch. But if you don't think you can handle it, cut it off now because we're finna go in.
That was one experiment because one of the things I wanted to do with this new male content is just separate myself from everyone else because there's a lot of male content channels out there. And I learned my lesson.
Just not to interrupt you, but just to be clear, you're saying that you didn't know what would happen if you released a video as sensational as the video that you released. You've been on YouTube 12 years, but you're saying you didn't know what would happen, or you didn't know if you would get more views?
Yeah, because like I said, I put out videos that shocked me that did 100,000 views. And once again, like I said, my hopes was it would be more inflammatory, and it wasn't. So that's what I mean, because I was hoping that, I knew it would be, once again, I'm not surprised by the blowback. I'm not surprised by the responses, but I felt that there would be even bigger blowback. I felt there would be even a larger response, and that didn't happen. So that's why I said I ran an experiment. Yes, I had a feeling that this would get people upset, people would be mad, and people, it's polarizing. It's a very polarizing video.
So look, let me give you a little context, because if you haven't saw the original video, you just don't know how bad it is. First of all, the gentleman is talking about his escapades with younger women, running a Craigslist book ad, and having all of these different women proposition him. And even at one point, it gets so sick that he goes to a woman's house, and the woman has told him that she has two teenage daughters, right? I think one is 16 and the other one is 17. And literally start to have sex with the mother, and the mother tells the daughters to come in and perform these acts on him. And one of the arguments is that he lives in Georgia, and in Georgia that, the age of consent is 16. And so a lot of people are saying that he did nothing wrong because it's the law, right? But he also goes into talking about a 15-year-old that actually said something to him and actually sent him some nude pictures, but he said he did not have sex with her. But so somehow in his mind, he believes that he's done nothing wrong and that he's not at fault because he didn't act on the 15-year-old, but the 16 and the 17-year-old is okay. And so my thing is, just because the law said it's okay, morally it's not okay. This man is 50 something now and he's telling these stories, but now he's kind of going back and saying that this was back in his 30s. But I don't care, even in your 30s, that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. And so the people who are standing for him, these are the people that we need to separate ourselves from. These are the people that we need to ostracize. These are the people that we need to speak up on. And I believe that this gentleman put this stuff out there trying to cater to a certain element of the red pill community or men across the world that could identify with him, and that he could pretty much mentor them and grow his fan base and his platform up. And this is what we see too often, not just from men, offense, everybody speaking things that is so outlandish and saying that it's just the responsibility of the parents of these children that they're talking to, or these young men or these young girls. I mean, even when it comes to the music industry with Nicki Minaj and all of these different people, yes, the parents play a huge part. That is the number one thing. But you as a person need to have enough morals, have enough decency to not put these kind of things out there. And one of the things I ask people all the time, what if it was your child? What if it was your child? But I wanted to give you a little context on that because I need you to hear this, what he's talking about.
But I did not know to what extent it would go. And once again, it's not performing like I thought it would. And this is.
But why would you even want to do a video with me if you know who I am? If you know what I stand on, and you know what my morals and my character is, and you know how I move, why would you even be looking to do content with me in the first place?
Okay, first of all, I tagged you in one video. I did not reach out to you ever. I've not reached out to you ever. And also, that's a really good question because you have a brand and your brand is the antithesis of my brand. So there was not going to be any collaboration. I didn't reach out to you. I wasn't planning on reaching out to you.
So you've been capping in all of these videos up to this point. You literally kept saying, well, you know what? I got to reach out to Anton. I think we're going to do something together. Because you've said that in multiple videos after you tagged me in the video.
I tagged you once. And yes, I did say that. And then later on, I changed my mind and I stopped doing that.
Oh, my God, bro.
Seriously,
Glendon. Hold on, Lee. Seriously, Glendon. I mean, are we gonna be real? You know what I'm saying? Are we gonna be 100? You're not gonna say you was looking for clout, because in that video that you tagged me, you didn't just tag me. You tagged the lead attorney. You tagged a whole bunch of people. You was clout chasing. You was looking for more visibility from people that was hot at the time, and you was reaching.
Once again, I did tag you. I did tag the lead attorney. I tagged a few other people. And I was like, this ain't really working, and I stopped doing it. Have I tagged you in the video recently? No, I haven't. Now, let me ask you.
You just did a whole reaction video on me.
Because you did a video about me?
No. Not on this one. When I got the corporate executive position, you did a whole reaction video on me. The whole video was about me. What are you talking about?
That is true.
I did that video. And
the dude is full of lies. But this is what I need you to understand. This dude is debased. No conscience, no nothing. He's making it all about what he did with Anton. How he didn't clout chase here, how he didn't clout chase there. He's going to never accept any accountability for his actions. He thinks everything that he did is perfectly fine. And this is what I'm saying. There are predators among you. There are people that think it's perfectly okay for them to prey and groom on your children, your young girls, not just your young girls, your young boys too. And you have to be more aware. You have to be more alert. You have to start looking at people and making judgments. Everybody, I don't judge. I don't judge. I do judge. I make a righteous judgment with people. Everybody judges, but everybody is acting like they don't. Listen, this kind of man does not, he really doesn't have he really shouldn't be out walking these streets. It's a shame that people could do the littlest things, like sell marijuana or something like that, and be locked up. And then you got people who are preying on young boys and girls, and they get to just be out freely. They get a slap on the wrist when they get caught up with something. We live in a sick world. Adults are able to perform half naked. They're able to teach ridiculous stuff in schools. And nobody cares about that. Sexualizing everything. Making little sexual deviant. He's a sexual deviant and he's going to make more sexual deviants. Everybody's okay with that. But then you say the wrong words on YouTube or on Twitter or on Instagram and you're ostracized. You say the wrong words on a movie at a concert and you're shunned. But these kind of dudes get to just say stuff freely and nothing happens. Bull crap.
Once again, my feelings.
Seriously, do you see why I say I have to pick and choose who I do business with, bro? Because it ain't even just about whether or not, we ain't even got to the thick of this, right? Because it was some bad stuff in that video. We ain't even got to the thick of it on the real. Yeah, but do you see why I say I have to vet people? Because he not even being honest in his clout chasing. Like, he not being honest in him reaching out. He not being honest in everything that he's doing. It's all cloaked in some kind of deviant behavior or some kind of underhanded move that he's trying to move. And I don't rock with these type of people, bro. I preach it on a regular basis that you gotta be careful who you do business with, because everybody that get money, his ability to get money, his talent don't necessarily align with good character, bro. Right. It's so unfortunate that I'm just trying to be as respectful as possible.
And I appreciate that. And I appreciate both of y'all being so patient. I really do.
And so lead attorney actually brought him on and he talked about the different nuances of things, because people are usually to the right or to the left. And this is just a thing that we have all across the world. You know what I mean? People are very organizational minded. And so they pick a side and they ride with that side no matter what. I align in this instance with Anton's side, but it's not because it's Anton, it's because it's righteous. Because the things that he's saying, it's true. And in fact, majority of the times I usually see him, he's usually saying something that's real. So it's not a matter of picking Anton or Glenn. It's a matter of picking what's right. And that's the place that we need to get to. We need to stop giving cover to people who are wrong. No matter if they're celebrities, if they're millionaires, whatever their title is, because their titles mean absolutely nothing if they're flawed in their thinking and their character. It's a sad, sad thing that so many people protect people just because they have a title of millionaire. Because this guy Glenn is a millionaire and he's been teaching wealth principles and stuff like that. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I stand on what's right, stand on what's truth, and that's what we need to go by. And that's why I have much respect for Anton. I've seen him do some stuff that I didn't agree with, and I've spoke on that in social media groups. But it's nothing like this. It's not a character thing where it goes all the way left. These people need to be ostracized. They need to be locked up. They need to be exposed. And so if you have a chance to speak on this, and not just on social media, even in your cities, even in your little towns, because there are people in your towns doing the same thing. And we've actually turned a blind eye for way too long. We can't keep doing that. We have to protect these young ones.
Let me ask you this, Glendon, because this kind of comes up too, and Anton is hinting at it as well. this whole, we'll call it an experiment in making a very polarizing video. You have, I mean, to me, you have great, excellent content when it comes to business. And I can hear it. Now, you say stuff that I don't know all the time in your videos. Now, I'm not a businessman, right? But when I listen to your content, when I listen to Anton's content, I really learn. Also, you know, I could easily look up to you as a content creator because you have 100,000 subscribers. That's hard to get. And you might not know, but I'm trying to follow in the footsteps of our boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. You know, we all rock with O'Shea, right? Yeah. And O'Shea put me on, and he set an example for me of helping other people come up. And so I've started, you know, helping other people with their YouTube channels. Do you think like this is the best way to grow a channel? Like, why would you choose this way to launch your channel, to do such a polarizing way involving children? Well, why do you think that was a good way for all the young? We have a lot of young content creators in the chat who look up to both of you. Both of y'all are extremely strong YouTubers. Like, why is it this way involving children and kids? Why is it like this?
Once again, this is, you are relatively new to YouTube and you haven't seen the old content. This isn't a radical departure from my older content. The only thing that was different was I dropped ages, and I've never done that before. I have put out that type of content on YouTube for 10 years. So this isn't a radical departure from what I'm doing. I just threw a little extra wrinkle in it.
Yeah, I guess I'm not asking. You're saying.
So basically, he's saying that he's been putting out salacious stuff like this all the time for over 10 years, but he's never dropped an age, right? And so this goes to why I believe he actually made the original video in the first place. Because it's like, you know, how, I don't know if you've seen, but, you know, some people back in the days, they used to make these alpha male videos and showing how to get women and pick up women and stuff like that. And so he was using that same he had that same kind of mindset towards this, except he was actually like kind of boasting because the posture that he had in the first one, he was like, I'm the man. And so he's kind of living back in his glory days, which is, he's saying, you know, in his 30s when he was doing all of this stuff. And so I believe not only is he a predator to these young girls, but even to these young men, because what he's doing is he's trying to teach this foul behavior. He's all into this old kink stuff, and that's your business if you do that, but not when it comes to underage children, not when it comes to manipulating, using your authority. The woman in here that did that with her daughter, it was an abuse of authority. So both of these people need to go to jail. It's not just one-sided. Yes, he's a predator. And the reason I'm speaking on him is because he's the one who's promoting it. He's the one who's trying to gain clout by it like it was okay. He didn't expect strong men to come after him. He thought that the climate had got to a place where men weren't going to say anything wrong. Anton said, you know what? Nah, we ain't having that. I don't care who you are. I don't care about your money. I don't care about none of that. Nah, that ain't finna fly. And that's how we have to be.
Saying this isn't any change from what I've done in the past. And I'm not saying that it's not a change. I'm not talking about change at all. I'm talking about why do it like this? Why launch a channel involving polarizing issue with children?
I just chose that topic. I just chose it. And, you know, we will see about 6 months from now, was it really a bad decision or was it a good decision? So we will see.
It's all about
determining what's bad or good.
How the channel
is it? So you only care about the numbers. You literally only care about the channel numbers, the money, the whatever. The only thing that you determine.
Yes.
Whether it
yes.
Was what about the impact? What about the fact you literally just gave a blueprint to predators? You gave the predator blueprint.
That's what you did.
Yo, if they got good parents, you want to stay away from them. All of this other stuff that you said, none of that.
Listen, that's another thing. In the video, this is why I said that it was a blueprint too, because in the video, he actually said that when women, he look at their profiles and stuff like that, and if they had fathers, or if they had parents that were very close and in the pictures and all of that stuff, he would avoid those kind of people. That is textbook predator. Textbook predator, and he's teaching it to these other people. How does he get it? Listen, at first, because he was saying they were 16, I felt like he probably could get away with this. But in a few minutes, Lead is going to talk about something which he actually did commit a crime. He actually did committed a crime. And because he got onto this show, you know you messed up, didn't you? You know you messed up, didn't you? He messed up. He dug himself deeper and deeper and deeper into a hole. And so I believe that a lot of people is probably going to be sending this to the FBI and stuff like that. And he may end up facing some charges, because here's what happened if they get in. Now they got to go start searching all of his information, searching his phone, searching his social media and all those different things. And what do you think you're going to see in there? Because I don't feel like you could just turn this kind of stuff off. If you're a predator, you're going to continue to do your predator acts.
That wasn't a predator blueprint. That wasn't a predator blueprint. Because one of the things that I was doing, and like I said, we will see in the future, will this have a deep impact? And that's a good point that you made about impact, because Disruptive Male had a serious impact, and I want to duplicate that with this new channel, but I want to separate myself from the other content creators, because you think, once again, you think that's bad, and that's your opinion. I'm not going to have any truck with that. But once again, I have built, because Disruptive Male was doing really well, and then I started to get a lot of hate. And then I realized that I had built the channel incorrectly. And what I mean by that is, and this is something that both of you probably will find out if you don't already know it. How you build your channel is how you draw your audience. And we don't care about the channel. I'm talking about the information that you put out. Why would you tell somebody if they have good parents and stay away from them? One of the chicks I was dealing with was what's it called, an emancipated teen. And she made her own decisions. What I was saying was, if you're dealing with someone who's still very childlike in the mind, you probably don't want to mess with them. Because, I don't know if you got what I sent you. And, if you didn't, I'm not going to worry about it. But one of the things that I did get it. It was very long, so I didn't get a chance to read it. Yeah. A girl in high school sent me that. And one of the big things that happened in that video was the lack of assignment of culpability to people for making decisions. And once again, I know y'all are going to disagree with me, and I'm going to say it anyway. All 16, 17, and 18-year-olds are not the same. There are some that are very childish, really still immature, and there are some who are damn near predators. And one of the things... The children are predators? Yes, some of them are. But you said that you wouldn't consider your behavior or R. Kelly's behavior predator behavior. Well, if you look at the title of the video, I could have been a predator. I looked at what you said. You said that you would not consider that predator. I'm talking. I could have been a predator, and I will give you the, I had girls in high school sending me dirty, explicit pictures, all this other stuff, and I would just delete them. I could have easily been a predator.
This dude is sick.
My orientation.
Let's
talk about this for a second, because you mentioned that there was 15 in your first video.
Listen to this.
You mentioned that, and you changed it in the second video. So I'm going to get there. But in the first video, you said that there was a 15-year-old. You said, "quote, we were just talking and stuff. I just talked to her. She'd send me dirty pictures. She was running, 100 miles an hour, right?" Then in the second video, you said, well, because now I think we can all agree that's a crime. In Georgia, guys, that's actually
well, I actually never met her. I never chatted. I mean, we talked because I didn't know she was 15 until a little later, and that was one of the issues.
Right, now he's backtracking.
Let me just jump in. What I'm telling you is, if you're talking and getting news
Trying to explain.
year-old, that is a crime in Georgia. That's the sexual exploitation of children.
Yes,
and
it is.
It's a felony grade crime, and it goes from 5 to 20, right? 5 years to 20 years.
And when I found out she was 15, I stopped talking to her and I deleted the picture.
Oh, really?
Gotcha. All right. But still, even if you don't know,
I know. A lot of men have gotten caught up because they were talking to a girl. They didn't know how old she was, and the law don't care. The law doesn't care. Right. And
dude is just so sick. He's so perverse. He takes no accountability for nothing. He's calling these young girls, these young children, predators, but he doesn't feel like him or R. Kelly are predators. This is a sick person. And I bet so many women throw themselves after him just because he's a millionaire. And they probably subject their daughters to this guy all the time. This isn't a toxic masculine man thing. This is a perverse man and some perverse women, because a lot of women are feeding their daughters to these people. The woman that he talked about in that last video, she was debased, just as debased as him. Even worse, she gave her daughters on a platter to this guy. The daughters said their daughters were both virgins. One of the daughters said it to hers. And a woman said, I got to teach you how to take black cock. Foul world we live in. And some of y'all don't see nothing wrong with it. Y'all better watch y'all girls. Watch your boys. Watch your children.
I was like, you're 15. She says, but I'll be 16, I think, in May. And I was like, that doesn't matter. You're 15 now. I can't keep talking to you. And I
wait. Now I'm confused.
It's a lie.
Because you're saying, well, when you found out she was 15, then you deleted the pictures and you stopped talking to her. But You said in the second video that she actually wasn't 15. You said that she was 16 and you just lowered the number to make it more polarizing.
Well, I lowered the numbers of the girls and her mother, and not that one, because there were many girls. So not that one in particular. But this happened all of the time. I would be talking to a girl and I would find out how old she was, and I was like, okay. And it was a policy. I would just go ahead, block their email, delete their pictures, and keep it moving.
Such a liar.
This happened a lot.
So the 15-year-old that you talked about in the first video, she actually was 15. But when you found out she was 15, then you stopped talking to her and deleted the videos?
Well, I didn't have videos, just pictures.
I'm sorry. You're exactly right. Deleted the pictures?
Yes.
Okay. How do you...
I am not one of those men who will push and press my impressions upon my offspring. Because from my experiments, from Craigslist, I know kids will do a lot of different things.
That's exactly what our role is as a father, to push our impressions on our kids. We want them to be better versions of us. That's what we're supposed to do. What are you talking about?
All right. What I'm talking about is, all right, I have some friends right now. They have a 16-year-old daughter. They're good people. She is wild as hell. And it isn't because she doesn't have good parents. It is because of who she is. And this is something that a lot of people cannot, it's like, well, she had bad parents. She could have had the best parents in the world, and she just turned out to be one of those kids. And there are many parents out there who have 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old children that they cannot control, they cannot instill, they can't put anything in them. And this is something a lot of people have a hard problem understanding, because everyone reaches an age where they understand what they're doing. And some people reach that age earlier. Some of these kids know exactly what they're doing. They're smoking, They're having sex.
But you just said it, Glenn. You said they kids. Why would you, as a grown man, be interested in somebody whose brain isn't scientifically, and you know this for a fact, proven to be even developed until their 20s? Why would you take advantage of that as a man that not only is a grown man, you have power, you got resources, you got cars, you got all of this stuff that you know are enticing to children? You call them kids out of your own mouth. Why would you even consider that, bro? Why would you consider talking to a 16-year-old, a 17-year-old? Why would you be having conversations with somebody that looks like they're 15 years old?
First of all, now there was some of them who looked like they were 15, 10 years old. I didn't even talk to them.
10 years old. This is the mind of a pedo. You got these ads. How do you even know this girl's 10? Because even if I put myself to a low base world where I was soliciting girls for sex online, if I saw a picture with a young face, I would just move past the young face. Who goes and researches to see if this young face is at least 15? At least 11? At least 12? This dude is sick. Even 10-year-olds solicit, want to deal with sex, I guess. And so his argument is age isn't the thing you go by. You go off of their maturity. Sick dude.
A lot of these girls did not look their age. They didn't look their age. And like what I sent the lead attorney, this came from a 16-year-old girl who looked like she was 20. All kids don't look the same. There are some kids who look like kids. They're 15. They're girls.
Look at lead attorney's face.
You're still describing them as kids, Glendon.
In this conversation,
out of your own mouth.
I'm saying they're kids.
But then you had sex with them.
No, I did not have sex with any children.
Oh, so I'm sorry. At what age do you define a girl to not be a kid anymore?
That's a really interesting question, because there could be someone who could be 18 who could still be a kid, very much childish, very much immature. There could be someone who could be 16, like the one who was 17 that I was messing with. She had her own place, her own car, and a job. I did not know she was 17.
Glendon, you literally advised guys to stay. You said you found a 17-year-old out of your own mouth.
Did.
Word for word.
Yep.
You started doing research on her on social media. You noticed in some pictures that her parents were around and that she had a strong family. That was a different girl. It's a different girl. And she had a strong family function.
I didn't mess with her.
Of course, because she had a strong family.
17 and you did research on her and you found out that she had a strong family structure because she was taking pictures with her parents, and that's one of the things that you decided that prompted you to leave her alone.
I can't, man. This dude is so foul, and it makes my blood boil to hear this dude talk like this. And I just wanted to bring this to you because y'all need to see, not all men think like this. In fact, most men don't think like this. There's been this narrative that all men are sick, all men are dogs, all men is this, all men are that. That's not the case. That's not the truth. This dude don't represent me. This dude don't represent us. This is a foul, sick dude. And us as men, we do got to do a better job of calling this stuff out. I got a lot of smoke for a lot of women and the stuff that goes on in this old independent woman space. But this right here, this is straight predator. This is straight foul. And I want a big shout out to Anton for standing with integrity and saying, you know what, I can't let this ride. Be the first one to do it. Be the first one in your circle. My circle, when we out of character, when we do stuff that ain't right, we call each other on it, flat out. You can't keep sitting there being quiet and letting this stuff go on. This is bull crap. And look, I just wanted to bring that to y'all, man. Just give you something to think about. You ladies, be careful. Stop moving solo, even if you are single. Start consulting a man that you respect. Let a man vet the dude that you're going to deal with. And many of y'all ain't doing that because you're going from man to man to man. That ain't the way it's supposed to be. If my sisters come to me with a dude, I'm going to tell her what's real. A lot of stuff she ain't going to see. I've told women time and time again, that ain't the dude. And they did it and they regretted it every time. Because y'all be so going off your emotion, you can't see that you sitting there entertaining a predator. Makes me so freaking mad. I'm out.